Theme of the day, the blessing and the obstacle.
Yes. Okay. So we have today's theme, which is the elements. The number is 16. So number 16, the elements.
Here.
Yes. Today's blessing this way is cauldron. So this is number 10.
Yes.
Yes. And then the last card is the challenge, wrong way, is frog, number 17.
Yeah. I like this one.
I do too. I really like this one a lot. You know what I love about frog specifically is that the frog is so subtle, like it's very small in the picture, so you really have to work hard to see it.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate because there's so many different things in an oracle card that you can pull out to help you with your interpretation. And so having to study and find those symbols really forces you to like meditate on the card and figure out what it is it's trying to say. I love this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's theme is elements. I pulled elements, and this card is about getting back to the basics, getting back to the foundation of things. Kind of starting at the beginning and realizing that if you feel lost, if you feel like you are not at peace, if you feel like things aren't working the way that you want them to, sometimes the best thing to do is to simplify and to remove all of the other things and just start with the bare minimum. Like, what do I need today? You know, maybe that means releasing some things off of your to-do list. If you've written down 20 things to do today, look at the 3 or 4 things that are absolutely essential and just focus on those things. If you are struggling with your spiritual practice, maybe just looking at 2 things, you know, instead of working with the moon signs and astrology and herbalism and crystals and all of those things, maybe just pick 2 of those things that really resonate with you, and allow that to be enough. Allow whatever you can give for today to be enough. Actually, just last week, someone had asked me, you know, how do you go about being authentic? And the advice that I gave is that be true, be honest with yourself. If you don't feel okay today, then say, you know what, I don't feel okay. I'm not in a good place. If you really like something, let yourself like it. You know, don't give yourself reasons for why you shouldn't like it or why it's wrong to like it. Just let it be what it is. If you don't like something, you know, be okay with saying, I really don't enjoy this. And letting that be okay. Those are the very foundational things that I think make up authenticity, is just allowing yourself to kind of be with the bare minimum of things and letting that be enough. So my advice today is to just only take what you need from today and let the rest go. Unless it's absolutely necessary for you to do, cross it off your to-do list and that'll be okay. The second card, which was today's blessing, is cauldron. And this card is about transformation, alchemy. We look at the cauldron as a symbol of transformation because it's a vessel that you're putting all of these things in that started as one thing and are going to transform into something else. The same way where you cook a recipe, right? You have all of these raw ingredients, and by themselves, they may seem remarkable or unremarkable rather. And then you put them in, you cook them down, and they turn into this wonderful dish that connects people and is comforting or is nostalgic. So kind of what I was saying earlier, when you asked me about having all of these different things that I enjoy, that really was my alchemical process, me putting everything that I've learned over my life in a cauldron and boiling it down and creating the Lorraine that you know today. And you're going to do this many, many times over your life, but specifically today, try to learn to live in the gray area. Like, try to learn to let things converge and to see what their similarities are and to see how you can bring them together in a way that makes sense rather than looking at how they're different. Sometimes things only feel different until you find that one little thread where you can connect the dots, and then suddenly it all clicks into place and you're like, you know what? I don't know what ant farming and divination have to do with each other, but I found a way to make it work. I'm not an ant farmer, but that is just my favorite example. So yeah, don't dismiss your desires when you have them. Just see if you can find a way to find a pattern that connects many dots for you. It's like putting together a puzzle. It really is. When you pull a puzzle out of the box, none of the pieces look like they go together. They all look like they're never gonna tell a big picture, but you just put one little piece at a time, and slowly, bit by bit, the whole picture reveals itself. Yeah. And then, okay, so today's challenge is Frog 17. This is a card of transformation, but it's really more about serenity. It's about being at peace and realizing that, how do I put it? I always say people tend to think that being at peace means that nothing bad happens, right? You've gotten to a point to where nothing ever disrupts you. I find a lot of people come to witchcraft with that too, thinking that, I'm going to do these spells and suddenly everything's going to be okay, or I'm going to make $1 million, or everything's going to be easy. And that's not what peace means. Peace means being okay despite there being chaos, or despite there being challenges, knowing that you'll come out of something okay, and that somehow you will be supported and taken care of. So that's the energy of this card. And that is your challenge, is to know that you have to learn how to stay grounded and stable and at peace, even when it feels like things are falling apart. You are supported and you are nourished. You just have to believe that you are.
Fantastic. Thank you for that spread of the theme of the day, the blessing, and the obstacle.